Hi guys, this is Tracy with Inside Pool Magazine. I have another junior coming out of the great state of Oklahoma. Oklahoma City has some great players. I have a couple more coming in as well. Joey Gray, what are you guys doing over there? Anyway, I have one fantastic junior, like I said, coming out of the great state of Oklahoma, Oklahoma City to be exact. I'm going to play his promo video and let you guys get a little glimpse of our next up and coming junior. His name is Jake Ross. Well, we're back. Hi, Jake. Could you introduce yourself to the fans, please?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Jake Ross. I'm 17 years old. I play out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And one of my pool halls is Chester Pool Hall.
Chester's, how far is that from the center of Oklahoma, from Oklahoma City? Is it in the center or is it on the outskirts?
It's around the outskirts towards the Bethany War Acres area.
Okay. Are you guys having a difficult time finding places to play in the state of Oklahoma?
Yeah, there's only about 3 places that we can really go and play, and it's not the easiest, but it's also not the hardest to find places either.
Okay. Good to know. I know there's a lot of kids that would like to know if there's anywhere to play over in that area. And when you guys have tournaments, make sure you reach out to me so I can let those other juniors know. You have some fans in the chat room. I have Modern Pirate. Do you know these people, Jake?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Welcome. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Well, we're going to get started with Jake's interview. Jake, how long have you been playing pool?
It started at a really young age. I've been on the pool table since 3 days after I was born, but my love for it really started when I was around 18 months. Haven't really put a pool stick down since and been playing competitively for the past 4 or 5 years.
Could you elaborate on that? Jake's got an interesting story. It's similar to my own. How did you exactly get started?
My parents were real big into the bar business, and my dad just started bringing me around a lot. I spent a lot of summers out there just practicing on the pool table for hours at a time. And it was just real fun playing people in the bar and just having a real good community around me to support my back.
Did you have any other juniors in the area that you were able to play with and learn with?
At the time, no, but when I really started getting out into the pool halls, there were a lot of juniors, Israel, Amanda, a lot of close people that are now adults now. But now there's Griffin, Caden, and Braden Bowen. A lot of them are really helping me, and we're helping each other.
Awesome. It's great to hear that you guys are banding together. That's what we need to do in the sport. We need to make sure that we're a team so that we get the word out. Fantastic. Sean Turner says, congratulations, I'm watching. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Sean. Well, let's move on along with a couple of questions. What is your Fargo rating right now, Jake?
My Fargo is a 467 as of right now, but I'm working on trying to get it up a bit. I think I can put some more games in and get it a little higher, but we'll see.
Those Fargo rated tournaments, they're few and far between from what I understand in some of the states. In order to get a Fargo, you actually have to play in a Fargo rated tournament. So.
Right.
We'll see what we can do about getting you guys some more tournaments out that way. Stony Brown says, it's proud of you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Let's see. What's in your case, Jake?
I have a Lucasi Viking and my dad's old McDermott I carry around just for good luck.
Hey, everybody needs a little bit of luck. Used to, anytime I would go anywhere, most of the pool players had those fun little markers for 8-ball, right? Mm-hmm. I had a Derby City Classic coin that I have been carrying around for almost 20 years.
Yeah, I just found this little APA coin, and I've been carrying around it for a couple months now. See if I can get up to that 20-year mark with it.
Maybe so. Maybe so. You make sure you keep in touch with me because when you make it big, I want to see that coin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, moving on along. Um, are you currently enrolled in school?
Yes, ma'am. I do Epic Charter School so I can help my mom with just around the house and really go travel with her because we've sold our bar
Mm-hmm.
and wants to retire and go do travel. And so I did Epic Online Schools so we can go do that.
Okay, awesome. So you're actually your schedule is kind of flexible. So if there are major tournaments out there, you can possibly hit one or two of those.
Yes, ma'am.
Good to know. Good to know. Do you currently have a practice regime?
Not really. I'll go and hit balls every now and then, but when I like to just throw out three balls, and if I can constantly run those three balls, I'll throw up an extra ball, and then an extra ball, and see how many balls I can really get to while running a rack.
Speaking of practice regimes, any pro players that you look up to?
I look up to Max Eberly a lot. He's really the only ones that I've reached out to, and he was lucky enough to reach back and give me some
Okay.
tips as a pool player and as a person. So I really look up to him a lot.
We appreciate Mr. Eberly for everything that you're doing for our junior players. He's a fantastic guy and an amazing artist, actually. I've seen
Mhm.
some of his work. Fantastic work. Let's see. Do you have a favorite game that you play other than your normal 8 and 9 ball?
I like 10 ball because it's called pocket mostly, and I don't really
Right.
care for the 9 ball slop. But I do play a lot of 9 and 8 ball due to tournaments and league.
Mm-hmm. So
So,
you are in a league right now.
yes, ma'am, I have two teams I'm running as an APA and TAP right now.
Okay, cool. Very, very cool. Do you play any straight pool or one pocket by any chance?
Yeah, I'm learning one pocket as of right now, and straight pool I would also really like to learn, but I'd like to stick at learning one game so I don't get confused with both of them.
Okay, all right. I know that we're trying to get our junior players a little more well-rounded, so we're hoping that you guys will try at least try some of these other games. It makes you a better player for sure. Let's see. Personally, I've played straight pool a couple of times. I'm not really big on the one pocket. I think it's just so much maneuvering. I get bored. I have ADHD, so if I'm not doing something that's going to get me there quickly,
I
I
also think
can't pay
that learning the
attention.
one pocket and straight pull really helps with your defensive play going
Yes,
into 8 ball and 9 ball because it opens up more shots.
you're
You can hit
absolutely
the ball
right.
5 different ways and have 20 different results.
You're absolutely right. Very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable. At what age did you begin your love of pool? So you said you were around 18 months when you first kind of was thrown into it. Did your parents notice something different where you were more did you paid more attention to the game
I've,
versus
I've always loved it since I could remember, but really getting interested into it was probably about 6 or 7 years ago when I won my first big tournament.
okay. What tournament was that? Do you remember?
It was just a junior league tournament that they held at the end of the year, but it was a real big thing for me.
Okay. Well, that it any winning any tournament is a big deal, especially when you're a junior player. That sets you on your course of getting better. So, okay, watching the juniors in Oklahoma City Metro proves pool's not dead. They are the future of the sport. They absolutely are. And it's my mission to make sure each one of these junior players has a voice so that they can get out here and tell us what they need to succeed and to excel. So thank you so much for your comment. Okay, Jake, who has been your biggest motivator or support system?
Would have to be the people just around the pool hall and my family and friends really looking up to me. The people around the pool hall, I'd have to say the most because they sit there and take their time out of the day to sit there and talk and teach me about the sport. And they just have a big place in my heart because they've told me that they'll be watching me on TV every time I get up there.
Oh, that speaks volumes out of your community, and we appreciate the support that you have out there. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Love it. Keep going, Oklahoma. We want more juniors coming out of that state. Can't just be Chip, Shane, and it can't be Chip, Joey, and Shane all the time. We need
There's
some
a lot more coming.
we need some new blood. What has been your biggest lesson so far?
Probably not to think about tomorrow because it's never promised. I've had too many lives taken from me too fast and too many promises that weren't fulfilled. So I'm a real live in the moment person, and if it's 2 weeks from now, I'm not really thinking about it. If it benefits me from 2 weeks from now, then I'll do it now and help me then.
Okay, good answer. I like that. Good answer. An honest answer is always a good answer. Let's see. What is one tournament you would like to attend and why? Do
Would
you
probably
have
have
one?
it would probably have to be the U.S. 8-ball Open because I'm a real big 8-ball player,
Mhm.
and there's a lot more maneuvers on the table that you could play rather than just 9-ball. And it's a tournament I feel like I'd have a shot at really placing in, and watching all the pros play would be awesome too.
Okay. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Have your grades ever suffered from your travels or tournaments or practices?
No, not really. I've always had my own struggles in school. So pool has never really been a thought inside of school. I really try to think about it outside and on the pool table,
Okay.
so it doesn't interfere with my personal living.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. How have you handled the pressures associated with pool, like physically and psychologically?
It's hard sometimes, and then it's not because I like to beat myself up over missing a ball that I know I should have made, and then it really gets to me while still playing that match. And I really don't like to beat myself up sometimes, but it happens, and there's not much you can do with it but learn from that experience and go forward.
Right. Joey Gray told me something a while back when I first met him. He was doing a clinic, and there was a young man that he was talking to. And he said something that caught my attention as he was telling his story. And he told me that it's okay to be upset over missing a ball. Give yourself 3 seconds to 5 seconds, live it, breathe it in, feel it, and then let it go.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
think that's probably um, the best recommendation on how to handle that in any walk of life. Actually, when something bad's happening, take a deep breath, marinate in it for 5 seconds, and then let it go.
You can only learn from bad experiences.
Absolutely. It's those bad experiences that makes us who we are. It makes us better people. Not all lessons are good lessons. Some of them are pretty bad on occasion,
All
but
are easy either.
they teach us a lot. Especially it keeps you from making the same mistake more than once.
Yeah.
Okay. How many hours do you think you spend a week on a pool table?
I didn't have a pool table in my house up until about 2-3 years ago. So it was really just the pool hall and the bar when wasn't open that I'd get to play pool. But now that I got a pool table, I'm on there 14 hours a day to maybe even 20. So I'd probably have to say 70 to 80 hours a week.
Okay. And the C boys are in the house. Keep putting in the work. Well mannerisms, good kid. Thank you so much, Mr. C boy. C boys are in the house, and these guys play strong too. Hopefully, we can get all of these juniors together, especially for my podcast, so you guys can get to meet each other, and let's see who the king of the hill is. Because I know you guys would enjoy that for sure.
That'd be a good battle.
Absolutely, you guys play strong. Do you feel the junior players have the support they need?
Yes and no,
Okay,
because
could you elaborate, please?
there's a lot of juniors that don't get the support that they like to push out. And a lot of them are kind of just like go with the flow. If any junior could really sit there and have their own say in it, I'd feel like they'd get to be put out a lot more and have a lot more opportunities as a person and as a pool player than rather just the adults helping them.
Right. Like with the Moscone Cup so to speak, I'm going to throw you a boomerang here because I feel like you can handle yourself. With the Moscone Cup, a lot of our players are saying we need new blood. We need new blood. But the Moscone Cup is based on points, so you have to accrue so many points during the year to actually make the team. Do you think that with that rule, do you think more juniors would be able to handle those pressures of travel as much as these players have to travel overseas and in the United States? Do you think they could handle that kind of stress at your age?
Definitely the juniors I'm around, if they have the opportunities. I don't know about other places, but if there's a lot of juniors that I'm around and they have the will and support that they need, then there has to be other places that will definitely go twice as far than just us.
Right. What about we also have noticed the difference between the Europeans and the way they practice and their skills versus the American players. Do you think that the Americans lack the team capacity?
Yes, because we're really scattered out in America, and Europe over there is real clustered. So I feel like they have more time to get together and really know each other as a team instead of as people instead of as just a team.
Okay. Good answer. I like it. See, you survived. I told you I'd throw you a couple of boomerangs.
I'm ready.
If you could fast forward 10 years, where do you see yourself in the billiards community?
In the billiards community,
Mm-hmm.
still around, to be honest, because life can change tomorrow and you never know what that change can bring you. So from my point of view, I'd have to say just still around and in the billiards community, and hopefully up there with Joey Gray, Chip Compton, and all of them, playing even with them all.
And says Jake has almost a daily presence at Chester's. Well, we appreciate you guys giving our juniors an opportunity to have a place to learn, to cultivate this passion that they have. In order for our juniors to excel, they need places to learn. They can only learn so much on their own at home. They need competition. We need more junior events. Do you agree with that, Jake?
Yeah, I think if there was a lot more junior events locally and closer to junior players, there'd be a lot more names out there and a lot more eyes looking at those names.
Right, right. Absolutely. I agree with you there. Absolutely. Hopefully, I'm helping. Hopefully.
You're helping me, so you have to help a lot more.
Well, thank you so much. What advice would you give a newcomer to the game of billiards?
The pocket's small and so are the balls. So if you miss a ball, don't get too mad at yourself, because every ball you miss is one ball that you learn from. And every ball you make is also something you learn from as well.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Are you planning on extending your education, or is it just pool related?
School hasn't really always been my thing, but going into a straight trade school and maybe becoming like an electrician or like a house painter, really something that like,
You like to work with your hands?
yeah, like I'm a real big handyman and I just like helping and being around. So
Okay.
being alive and having a good income would probably where I'd have to see myself.
Okay. Well, hopefully, maybe we can get you an internship with somebody and let you learn a little bit. You never know who's watching. You
You
never
never know.
know. Okay. If you could speak to someone with unlimited funds, that say Donald Trump says, "Here, Tracy, I'm going to give you $50,000, and I'm going to hand at least 40 of that to you." But Trump said you have to spend it in the juniors community, and you can't spend it on yourself. What would you
Would
do?
probably have to be some of my Oklahoma peers, adult peers, because they're doing a lot for the juniors already. And I bet you if they had the funds that they needed for us, that they'd put us all out there and have us have our own magazine and have our own thing out there.
All right. Good answer. Good answer. Well, Jake will be taking some questions. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I have a couple of more things I'm going to ask him here shortly. Do you have any upcoming events that you're planning on going to?
Yes, actually, Chester's pool hall is holding a big $10,000 tournament, and I'm not going to be participating in it because I didn't qualify. So, but I'm going to be help running it. So I'm going to be there and try to get just try to help around and.
Okay. Is this an open event? You said you didn't qualify for it. Is it like a league thing?
You had to play in a Chester's tournament in 2022 to qualify, and then you had to win a series of mini tournaments to qualify as well. I didn't play too many minis because I wasn't up there as much during the minis, so I didn't have a chance to.
All right. Do you happen to have the address to Chester's? Anyone in the chat room have the address?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure somebody in there does.
I'm sure they do. That's Chester's Pool Room in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. They how many tournaments do they have a week? Do they have weekly tournaments in that area?
There's Sundays, Wednesdays, and I think Saturday tournaments, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Oklahoma City, guys. This is the address to Chester's. It's 2733 Northwest 50th Street, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. If you guys are in the Oklahoma City area and you're not at Joey's place, then stop by Chester's in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We appreciate it. Here's another one. Thank you so much, you guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Okay, kiddo. Well, I appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure. If you have any questions for me, I can probably answer a few. Do you have any questions for me?
What you said there was a tournament coming up?
There is a tournament coming up in South Haven, and that is South Haven Rec Center on, I believe it's February the 25th. I'm not quite sure. I have to. Yes, it is. It's my sister's birthday. I can't believe I forgot that. That's the reason why I'm not going. South Haven Rec Center is having a 20 and under split bracket tournament on February the 25th. You'll need to be there. I think they said Calcutta is going to be at noon sharp. So if there are any junior players that would like to play in that, that is south of Memphis. It's literally maybe 20, 30 minutes south of Memphis. So if you guys are in that area, please stop by South Haven Rec. And if you need that address, just contact me. I can get that information out to you. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure. And thank you so much, Jake. This will not be the last time you see Mr. Ross. Mr. Ross will be taking on our challenge. We've had 2 juniors so far playing the Ghost Challenge, and that is a $10 entry fee with $50 added. The junior that runs the most racks will win the whole pot. So if there's any juniors out there that would like to have an interview with me, that is the qualifications. You have to have an interview with me in order to play in this junior event. So Jake's going to be jumping in on that bandwagon, and he has to beat 4. Well, unfortunately, there he is. We're having a little technical difficulties. There's a tornado warning outside of my house right now, so I'm going to run. But anyway, you guys take care, and thank you so much for joining me tonight, Jake. It's been very informative. You're a very intellectual young man, and I look forward to seeing your progress, and we'll see you next week to set that up. Unless are you going to play the challenge match out of your house?
No, I'll probably do it at Chester's or Happy Monk, where Brayden did it.
Okay, all right. Says, go Jake, future pool shark. Oh, we don't call them sharks around here. We're very proud of Jake, too. He's done a fantastic job this evening. So if any of my sponsors out there are looking to sponsor a junior out of Oklahoma City, please reach out to me. I have a couple of junior players. Jake's one of them, and Braden Bowen's the other. So you guys stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I have a couple of things I want to tell you, but I want to say bye to Jake. You have a great evening, and we'll see you next week, kiddo.
You as well.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Bye.
Each one of our junior players has a dream, and that dream is to be the best player that they can be. In order for us to be able to do that, these juniors need a little help. They need more tournaments. They also are needing equipment. They also need funds for travel. That's what our Junior Billiard Scholarship Foundation organization has been put together for all of these juniors. Also, Inside Pool Magazine is a big supporter of the Junior Builder Scholarship Fund. And we're also working on getting some tournaments together for the kids as well on the West Coast. So if you guys need any help, please contact me. I'm on 3 social media platforms, actually 4. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook, I'm also on Snapchat and Instagram. So if you guys need anything, please contact me. And don't forget, we have the Ghost Challenge going on until March the 1st. And then we will roll that sucker on after the Battle of the Junior Champions. I'm going to roll Jake's promo video one more time so you guys can take a look at it. And like I said, if you guys need any information from me, please contact me on my social media pages. Well, this is the Diva. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Please make sure you're supporting your junior players. And if anything, just be an ear to listen. Have a great night, guys.